go there. Legislative and executive budget. Legislative, jaldi लिखो, and executive budget. Legislative and executive budget. The types of budget you have to study for your online exam. Okay, legislative budget is prepared by legislature. Legislative budget is prepared by legislature with the help of various committees. With the help of various committees. Legislature consists of elected representative. Legislature consists of elected representatives. Elected representative. It is a decision-making organization. I will explain this. It is a decision-making organization. It is a decision-making organization. Executive budget is prepared by executive wing of the government. Executive wing of the government. Executive wing, WING, of the government. Executive is responsible for implementation of the budget. Executive is responsible for implementation of the budget. Executive is responsible for implementation of the budget. Underline that sentence. Inside mein likho MCQ. Executive is responsible for implementation of the budget. Underline and write, side mein MCQ. Yes, now you are listening. You know that Parliament is having various bodies. Okay, so it is also having legislative power. It is also having the executive power. Girls are listening, and the boys who are sitting in the last benches. India follows largest democracy in the world. So our system is also something which is very peculiar. You know that there are two houses in the Parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, Lok Sabha is having the executive power. So generally, how the budget is prepared. Till recently, I told you we were having two budgets, railway budget and the general budget. Railway budget was prepared by railway minister. And railway budget used to be presented one day before the general budget. After BJP has taken power, they realized that this is a very time-consuming process. So better to merge the budget. So now there is only one budget, which consisting of railway budget and general budget. And it is presented by finance minister. This is about the center. And you know that there are 29 states, and 29 states also prepare their own budget. That is the state budget. Okay, then in central budget, what is happening? Central government is deciding what should be their source of income and what should be their expenditure. So what is the procedure of the budget? Budget preparation, some girls, budget preparation 3-4 mahine pehle chalu hoga. India ka one of the biggest exercise is budget making. And topmost secrecy is maintained while making the budget. So finance minister के साथ जो budget बनाने के लिए involved है, वो लोगों को घर नहीं जा सकता है. They will be staying in the 5-star hotel. They will not be allowed to use their mobiles. They cannot contact the home. इतना top secrecy क्यों में? Because budget में जो provisions करने वाला है, वो suppose industry को मालूम पड़ा, naturally stock market will react. So they don't want that. That is the reason it is a totally secretive matter. Okay. So 2-3 months में they sit together and they prepare the budget. Once the budget is presented in the parliament, it is not the final thing. Within 90 days, this has to be passed in the parliament. That is in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha में 2/3 majority में pass होगा, then it will go to Rajya Sabha, उधर भी pass होगा, then it will be signed by the president. Then only it will become the finance bill. That is what they are talking about the legislature. Legislature and the executive. India mein legislature is making the budget. They are making the budget, but implementation of the budget is with the executive. That is the parliament. Who is going to implement the budget? It will be implemented with the executive committee. And many times what is happening, after the presentation of the budget, there will be a lot of discussions. Because you are aware that most of the colleges are arranging budget, discussions. Immediately after the budget is presented, there will be a discussion on the budget. Because the young people should know that how the budget is going to affect each and everybody. So sometimes there will be changes also. So that is why it is said that budget एक बार final होने पर उसका implementation is done by the executive committee. That is why there are 2 types of budget. One is prepared by legislature, other is prepared by executive, but finally implementation of the budget is done by the executive committee. And remember, US ma'am, they never follow the secretive type of budget. What is the US system? एक महीना पहले they make the budget and they will put it in the government website. Whoever wants to read that, whoever wants to put the comment, they can put. So when the budget is introduced, it will be including all the comments of the people or all the comments from the industry. It is not a secret affair. That is why stock market will not react on the basis of the budget. India maybe after liberalization, I think maybe somewhere little ahead we will study. There is something known as young people should at least hear about this. There is something known as FRBM. FRBM is a bill, Fiscal Responsibility and Budgetary Management Bill. So अभी ये FRBM bill वगैरह पास होने के बाद अभी इंडिया का बजट में भी सीक्रेसी थोड़ा कम है. Because generally क्या होता था, कितना भी आप सीक्रेट रखो, there are the ways in which the secret will be out. So industries were trying to get the secret, and that secret will be reflected in the budget. That secret will be reflected in the stock market. Generally, if not now, some 5 years before, everybody will be eagerly looking for finance minister ka budget presentation. And that time, parallelly, they will be showing the stock market. And if you watch the stock market, you will see that when the market, when the budget is presented, market will go up and down. Market will go by 500 points, 600 points. Market will fall by 600, 700 points. So many people will make money. So many people will lose money. Because stock market, when one is making money, other will lose the money. Because it's a place of gambling. It's a known fact. मेरे को फिक्स रिटर्न करने का करके कोई स्टॉक मार्केट में जाएगा नहीं. It's a place of gambling. So जिसको लग के उसको पैसा मिलेगा. So इतना means this gambling कम करने के लिए now this budget is also that secrecy has come down, because finance ministry is inviting the ideas from government, ideas from business people, ideas from academicians, ideas from public. सब लोगों को idea पूछता है before presenting the budget, so that there will be minimum changes after presenting the budget. That's the meaning of it. Next we go revenue budget. Revenue budget and capital budget. This is also very good question for objective. Revenue budget and capital budget. Revenue budget में क्या क्या आएगा, capital budget में क्या क्या आएगा? Revenue budget and capital budget. Revenue budget include those items which are recurring in nature, which are recurring, which are में लिखा उधर देखो, which are recurring. Recurring के सामने लिखो repeating. Recurring mean हर बार होता है. That is the meaning of the term recurring. Repeat. Recurring means हर महीना होता है, हर साल होता है. Accounts में you are studying now. Revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. ऐसा बैठेगा, हेलो, गिर जाएगा. नहीं, sit properly. Okay, इधर. Revenue expenditure you are studying in accounts. What is revenue expenditure? The expenditure which occur every month. The expenditure which occur every year. That is revenue. So revenue budget include those budgets which are recurring in nature. That means we will give the example. What are the things which are included? Revenue budget includes, revenue budget include revenue receipt, RR, revenue receipt and revenue expenditure. Underline karo, this will also be asked for MCQ. Revenue receipt and revenue expenditure. Revenue receipt and revenue expenditure. इस साइड में revenue आने पर वो साइड में expenditure आएगा. You are commerce student, you are not art students. Revenue receipt and revenue expenditure. Underline करो. Revenue receipt is divided into tax revenue and non-tax revenue. Already पढ़ा है. Tax revenue receipt is divided into tax revenue and non-tax revenue. Underline karo. Tax revenue and non-tax revenue. Revenue expenditure is the expenditure. Revenue expenditure is the expenditure for maintaining the existing level of public services. Existing level of, you can see here, public services. मैंने circle किया है देखो. Existing level of public services. Revenue expenditure is the expenditure for maintaining the existing level of public services. Revenue expenditure, continue करो. Revenue expenditure does not include borrowings. Underline. Revenue expenditure does not include borrowings. Underline. Revenue expenditure does not include borrowing. You are listening. I told you children, accounts में जो पढ़ता है, that should be your base. Revenue and capital expenditure are, that should be the thorough, which should be very thorough for the student. देखो, revenue expenditure or revenue receipt. We know that any item is having two sides. One is the receipt side, other is the expenditure side. So doubt क्या है, madam, revenue budget में क्या आता है? Revenue budget include revenue receipt. Receipt means income. And revenue expenditure. So the question is, government को receipt किधर से आएगा? From where does government get the income? Simple. Government get the income from tax revenue and non-tax revenue. एक कब पढ़ा? This you have studied in module number 2. Government gets the income by way of tax revenue and non-tax revenue. Tax revenue में what all things are included? Direct tax and indirect tax. I told you Alice in the Wonderland के जैसा बैठना नहीं चाहिए. Next month में exam लिखने का है, April 4th को. Okay, your exam is starting from April 4th. ओयासिस आएगा जाएगा, annual day होगा, उसके बाद एक बड़ा program आएगा. Sem 4 exam is starting from April 4th online. ऐसा बैठेगा this April, this 2022 April. Forget about annual day XYZ. My point is about the main examination. Yes, look, what is your duty is to start making the objective question and answers. Because if you are going so carelessly, these are the areas without studying, no student can write. Because these are, it's quite technical. So again, we are repeating, enjoying. Okay. Revenue budget consisted of two sides. One is revenue receipt, other is revenue expenditure. So you should know what is revenue receipt. Receipt, ma'am, I told you there are two types of receipt. Tax revenue and non-tax revenue. Tax revenue का example I told direct and indirect tax. Non-tax का एक भी example याद नहीं होगा. We have taught you special assessment, fine, fees. ऐसा बैठेगा, मैडम आप नहीं पढ़ाया लगता है. हाँ पढ़ाया. Is great. Okay. So non-tax revenue consisting of fees, fine, special assessment, gift. All these things are coming under non-tax revenue. Now we are just looking into what is revenue expenditure. Children, revenue expenditure में क्या होगा? This is the monthly recurring expenditure. Look, every month government has to pay salary. You tell me, monthly salary budget में कौन सा account में आएगा? Think and give the answer. Every month government has to pay the salary. Let us take the case of central government. So many people are working in the parliament. It will be coming in revenue expenditure. Salary, we go there. Monthly salary of, jaldi ek minute nahi. Monthly salary of government employees. Monthly salary of government employees. Government employees are an example of dash. Monthly salary of the government employee is an example of dash. Revenue expenditure, correct? Revenue expenditure. आज perfectly आएगा. उसके आगे का ही problem आता है. Revenue expenditure, underline करो. So many people are working in railways. So every month they are getting the salary. So many people are working in income tax, customs, parliament, all the people, then teachers' salary, everything come from Delhi. So these are all coming in revenue expenditure. Every month this is recurring. ऐसा नहीं कि एक महीना देगा, 4 महीना नहीं देगा. So this is recurring in nature and it is short term because every month, every year it is coming. Now I am asking you, what is capital budget? Tell me. You are studying accounts, now tell me. Capital budget में क्या होगा? Capital budget consisting of capital asset and capital expenditure. That is capital budget, which is long term in nature. Every year कोई नहीं खरीदेगा. Capital expenditure. Give me an example of capital expenditure. I will give you an example, you confirm whether it is a revenue expenditure or a capital expenditure. Let us take the case of Mantralaya. I am talking about Maharashtra. Mantralaya is purchasing 25 air conditioners. Mantralaya is purchasing 25 air conditioners. वो कितना आएगा capital expenditure? What is the reason? Every year कोई AC नहीं खरीदेगा. At least 4-5 साल के लिए तो नहीं खरीदेगा. So that is an example of capital expenditure. Again, they are purchasing 100 computers. This is one-time investment, correct? So that will be easy for you to understand. One-time investment. Accounts padta hai na, capital and revenue should be just like calculation tables. That much you should be comfortable. Go there. capital budget consists of capital budget consists of capital budget consists of capital receipt and capital expenditure. Capital receipt and capital expenditure. Capital expenditure. Underline. Capital receipt and capital expenditure. Capital receipt include ABC. Capital receipt include A, market borrowing. Be very careful here. Market borrowing, I will explain. Market borrowing. First one. Second one, small savings schemes of government. Small saving schemes of the government. India का most popular schemes है वो. Small saving schemes of the government. Third one, provident fund. Next, external loans, etc. Small savings schemes, provident fund, external loans, etc. Take काम करो, put that in a circle and write study for objective. Yes. MCQ. You are listening very carefully here. Exam में तो कैसा कभी इधर उधर देखकर पास हो जाएगा. That will not be useful. Look, what are the receipts for the government? Capital expenditure, you are comfortable. Purchasing the computer, purchasing the furniture, that is all right, one-time purchase. But what about the receipt side? Receipt side, you are not comfortable. Because ordinarily, generally, young students, you are not into this field. First one is market borrowing. What do you mean by market borrowing? Government of India is borrowing from Japanese market. They are borrowing 500 crore. That is an example of receipt. Because when we borrow, we are getting the money. Borrow करने का time हमको पैसा मिलता है. मिलने का time वो किधर जाएगा? Credit में जाएगा. So that is an example of receipt. वापस देने का time that will go in the expenditure side. So when we are borrowing, and we are borrowing from IMF, we will borrow from World Bank. This is very common. Government के लिए borrow करना तो बड़ा काम नहीं है. Borrow करके वो पैसा कैसा use करता है, that is more important. Second is how we are returning that. So this part is market borrowing. Children, be careful. What do you mean by market borrowing? Government is borrowing from international market. Come, Shifa. But what will be returning? Okay. Because if I will take a paper, that's it is there. Okay. Yeah. I'll got it. Okay. Yes, children. Look. Yes. Next students will be coming now for the YSS. So how to identify? It's a challenging job. So I was explaining about market borrowing. Some girls are thinking, आपको market borrowing बोला नहीं, out of India का borrowing है. You are within Chembur only. Then how can you think about out of India? So government of India can borrow from Japan, they can borrow from America, they can borrow from IMF. Forget about it. Let me talk about this. Small saving schemes. Look, what do you mean by small saving schemes? Put an arrow and write. Post office savings. Post office savings, जल्दी लिखो. Post office savings. हम मैडम बहुत दिन पोस्ट ऑफिस देखते हैं, लेकिन ये सब मालूम नहीं है. पोस्ट ऑफिस के अंदर ये भी होता है. पोस्ट ऑफिस सेविंग्स. नेक्स्ट आप लिखो NSE. NSE नहीं बोला, NSC, नेशनल सेविंग सर्टिफिकेट, देखो पूरा नाम नेशनल सेविंग सर्टिफिकेट, नेशनल सेविंग सर्टिफिकेट, नेशनल सेविंग सर्टिफिकेट। ऊपर लिखो किसान विकास पत्र, किसान विकास पत्र। हिंदी में पत्र लिख सकते हैं तो बात हो जाता है। हाँ हाँ, पत्र, we will put it like this. हाँ हाँ, correct. We we will hold it like this. किसान विकास पत्र चलेगा, लिखो उधर। Look, next time whenever you see a post office, anytime, just go inside the post office, then you will see the rush. एकदम गोवंडी का पोस्ट ऑफिस होने दो, तिलकनगर का पोस्ट ऑफिस होने दो, always post office is crowded. What is the reason? India का maximum savings take place through post office. The reason is why boys are not listening. Why people are preferring post office? Earlier, post office was paying 1% higher rate of return. Suppose that bank is giving 7% rate of return. Post office will give 8%. But now they are not giving 1% higher. But still, post office ka return is better than that of a bank deposit. That is the reason everybody prefers post office. Second thing is that it is owned by government. So cooperative bank के जैसा कभी भी बंद होगा करके डर नहीं है. So people believe in post office. So post office में there are n number of types. First one I told you, post office saving schemes. That is generally we call it as MIS. Okay, what is MIS? Monthly income scheme. MIS. थोड़ा मालूम होने पर पेरेंट्स को यूज हो जाएगा. MIS, मंथली इनकम स्कीम. पोस्ट ऑफिस का आपको समझ में आना ही पड़ेगा, लेकिन आप एक बार गया समझो दोबारा जाएगा नहीं. सुबह जाने पर वोडाफोन गैलरी के जैसे है, दोपहर के बाद ही बाहर आएगा. सो जनरली हम वोडाफोन में देखो सुबह जाने पर दोपहर में आप बाहर आएगा. The same story, but there are number of agents. You don't go directly, go through the agent. मैडम एजेंट को किधर से फाइंड आउट करेगा? पोस्ट ऑफिस में ओवर स्टैंडिंग ऑर्डर एजेंट ओनली. So there is no need of finding out. What is this MIS scheme? Suppose that your mother got 50,000 rupees from village का property sell किया, she got some money. She does not know what to do. She is asking you people, thinking that you are going to college, you know the things. But we only knows that no, हम कॉलेज में आने पर भी क्या करता है करके. So आप बोलेगा मम्मी बैंक में डालो ना. I told you never advise like that. Bank is paying 5% interest. 50,000 का 5% interest मिलने पर कुछ भी नहीं होगा. So you should ask her to put the money in MIS. That is 50,000 rupees MIS में डालने पर एक फॉर्म मिलेगा. वो फॉर्म फिलअप करके आपका फोटो KYC पूरा दुनिया का डॉक्यूमेंट पूछेगा पोस्ट ऑफिस. वो सब देने के बाद हर महीना मम्मी को इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा. ओके, MIS का एडवांटेज में ये हर महीना इंटरेस्ट आएगा. सो दैट देयर विल बी अ पासबुक. वो पासबुक में इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा. मैडम वो इंटरेस्ट कैसा विड्रॉ करेगा? आई टोल्ड यू वही चैलेंजिंग जॉब है. वो इंटरेस्ट विड्रॉ करने के लिए आपका मम्मी को एजेंट को बोलना पड़ेगा हमको एक चेकबुक देने के लिए. पोस्ट ऑफिस से चेकबुक भी मिलेगा. ओके, फिर आपका बैंक अकाउंट में वो डिपॉजिट कर सकते हैं. Otherwise, every month she has to go to the post office. There is no need. Otherwise, the agent will also withdraw. And it's very, very popular scheme. Rate of interest is better, 6.5. Earlier, they used to give 7.5. So that is MIS. Then I told you what is NSC. Young people like you are working. Okay. Suppose that आपके पास 5,000 रुपया है, ट्यूशन लिया वो कुछ भी काम करके, वो 5,000 रुपया पे NSC में डालेगा. पोस्ट ऑफिस में इट्स सर्टिफिकेट, नेशनल सेविंग सर्टिफिकेट करके आपको गवर्नमेंट का सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा. हर महीने इंटरेस्ट नहीं मिलेगा. 8 साल के बाद, आई थिंक 8 years and 5 months something, योर मनी विल बी डबल्ड. 8 year के बाद मैडम कौन जाएगा बैंक में डालने पर? 10 साल के बाद भी डबल नहीं होगा. इधर तो 8 ईयर के बाद एटलीस्ट योर मनी विल बी डबलिंग. एंड दोस हु आर अफ्रेड अबाउट शेयर मार्केट, दोस हु आर अफ्रेड अबाउट म्यूचुअल फंड, वो लोगों के लिए ये सब बोला है. जिसको थोड़ा डेयरिंग है, जिसको थोड़ा नॉलेज है, वो जरूर जाना चाहिए म्यूचुअल फंड, नहीं तो शेयर मार्केट. व्हाट इज द रीजन? उधर आपको रिटर्न ज्यादा मिलेगा. लेकिन प्रॉब्लम क्या है, उधर रिस्क भी ज्यादा है. सिंपल प्रिंसिपल ऑफ कॉमर्स, higher the risk, more is the return. Okay, Russia Ukraine war, that will affect the stock market, so that you have to accept it. So these are all different. So and ये सब पैसा किधर जाता है? This money is going to government. That is why it is the receipt. जब तक आप विड्रॉ नहीं करेगा, that is the receipt of the government. इधर उधर देखता है, इसका मतलब क्या है? टाइम हो गया. That is the meaning.